Welcome back to another installment of Gacha Rewards or Deadlines, where I bring all the limited time rewards of my Gacha games into one video so you can stop stressing over those nasty time limits. Genshin 5.1 is finally here, and it brought along a brand new character and Act 2 of the Natlan Archon quest. We also got a handful of changes, with some of them adding even more deadlines to have to worry about. That's for me to worry about. You just sit back and relax and pay attention. Here are all of the current deadlines for Genshin, Zenless, and Wuthering Waves. Enjoy. Genshin's up first, which just released the 5.1 patch. We are currently running the new character Shilonen and Shiori for 20 more days alongside their trials for 40 primos if you do both of them. As far as events go, there currently aren't any actual in-game events happening yet. They usually wait a little bit after the patch before they introduce them. We do, however, still have some deadlines involving primos, including the newest edition, Limited Time Exploration Rewards. This is a new system that rewards you for upping your exploration percentage in Natlan, as well as doing specific world quests. Like usual, the quests and explorations themselves aren't going anywhere. This is just a time limit for the bonus primos that are earned by doing this exploration within the next 2 patches. You have over 80 days remaining to get around to this, and it is currently showing 400 available primos. Hoyo did announce that this will be a permanent feature for the rest of Natlan's areas, so get used to it. I personally don't mind it because it gives me more incentive to explore, which I otherwise hardly do anymore. I do, however, hate to see a new permanent deadline added to the game. The next limited time bonus comes from doing Act 2 of the Natlan story quest, which is the newest part that just came out. It'll probably take you around 3 to 5 hours to complete, and you'll be rewarded with 500 bonus primogems as long as you complete Act 2 within the next 40 days. The final limited time bonus comes from doing the Children of Echo's Tribal Chronicle quest during the duration of Shilonen's banner. So basically, you have 20 days left to earn a bonus 60 primogems as well as extra resources that Shilonen can use. The Tribal Chronicle quests are indicated by a pink marker on your map, one for each tribe. We are still running the Genshin web event until October 12th, so only 3 days remaining on this one if you want to get those 180 or so primos. It took me about 20 minutes to go through all of it, and you can fully complete the whole thing in one sitting. There's also a new web event that appears to only be a one-time reward of 40 primogems if you spend 5 minutes clicking on the buttons that it tells you to click on. There might be more to this later, but I'll just have to cover that in future videos because that's all I've seen so far. A new battle pass just opened and it has 40 days left on it. Even if you don't care about the battle pass, you might want to go to this BP period tab and do this free mission that asks you to level your 5-star artifacts. This has 3 sections for leveling them 30, 60, and 100 times, with each section giving you 20 primogems for a total of 60 plus some extra artifact XP. The Abyss has exactly 1 week remaining before it resets, which means that the theater has 3 weeks left. The Abyss received a small change that will take effect after this rotation. If you complete floor 11 with 3 stars, the next rotation, your floor 9 will be auto-completed and you will get the rewards right off the bat. I believe if you complete 12 with 3 stars, then floors 9 and 10 will be auto-completed, but I don't think the majority of the community does that. The theater also added in some new goodies to the shop, but they're honestly pretty garbage rewards. I personally am not interested in anything besides the primogems until they up their game on these rewards. Sharing the 3-week timer with the theater is the Paimon's bargain tab of the cash shop. You can spend your Stardust here for 5 limited and 5 standard banner pulls per rotation. Stardust is almost entirely useless otherwise, so please make sure you're always saving enough for those fates every rotation. Even the standard ones can get you some 5-star standard weapons. That can be pretty nice. That wraps up the Genshin section for this video. I imagine it won't take long before an event or 2 is piled on top of the already existing deadlines. I'm actually okay with the reward system that pays you for keeping up with the latest story, the area quests, and exploration. However, this is almost certainly here just to add an extra layer of FOMO, that fear of missing out, to keep you coming back daily and stressing over those deadlines. Luckily for you, I'm going to be giving constant updates and warning you as we progress towards those deadlines, so be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy what I do and want to see more future updates. Moving on to Zenless. Zenless is still currently running the Caesar King banner for 7 more days alongside our character trial for 20 polychrome. We're also still running the major Cheesetopia event containing over 1,300 polychrome, a hamster cage pass, and a free A-tier character, Lucy. This event is open for 26 more days and will probably take you less than an hour to fully complete, but it does require you to be fully caught up in the main story, Chapter 4, which can take you a long time to catch up if you've been slacking off on those story quests. I actually quite like this event. It kept me busy the whole time, but never really overstayed its welcome. My favorite kind of event. Next is a check-in event that rewards you a free limited banner 10-pull. Next is the Ambush Node event for the Shiyu Defense. It's an event node that will be running for 28 more days with 600 available polychrome. It's very similar to the Critical Node, aka the Spiral Abyss, but this one only cares about how little you die while completing the stage rather than how fast you can do it. There isn't even a time limit, so you can take as long as you need to clear it. We also have an arcade event containing 300 polychrome and some Bang Boo pulls running for only 5 more days. This is a minigame in the arcade that holds the title of being the hardest gacha event that I've ever done. Maybe I'm still missing something, but this event just gave me an hour-long butt whooping that forced me to have to learn the mechanics and suffer through trial and error until I finally completed it. Completed the event, that is, which only requires stage 3 of the minigame for all of the rewards. There's not a chance I am subjecting myself to more of that minigame to try to clear stage 5. Funnily enough, after the hardest event I've ever done comes the easiest one. This is a little puzzle event that you will do while speaking to the dog at the newsstand. It just wants you to solve a little picture, but there's no time limit and no punishment for trial and error. All in all, it takes like 30 seconds to solve each puzzle. This event is going on for 12 more days, but it won't be fully open for another 2. It contains 300 polychrome and 5 bamboo poles. The Zenless Battle Pass still has 26 days remaining, and the critical node, which is just the Spiral Abyss, has 1 week remaining before its next reset, and the logistics shop outside has 3 weeks left. Sharing the same timer with the logistics shop, the Signal Shop tab of the Cash Store has 3 weeks as well before its reset. Be sure to stop by before then and spend your fading signals for 5 limited and 5 standard pulls. And finally, let's move on to Wuthering Waves, which is currently running the Shorekeeper for 15 more days, alongside her character trial for 20 Asterite. We got 2 events that released with the Black Shore story, both running for 35 more days. Both of them are fairly quick to finish. I think it took me like 30 minutes total. However, similar to Cheesetopia from Zenless, you must be caught up in the main story to access these, which can take you quite a while if you're starting from scratch. The first of the 2 events just has you running around completing small challenges for points. Once you have 100 points, you can receive 500 Asterite and a 4-star weapon selector containing 1 of each style of weapon, all being attack scaling weapons with the exact same passive. If you're ever lost on what to do, just go back to the event tab and choose the Go option next to one of the challenges, and it will point you to the right spot. The second of the 2 events just wants you to complete 6 short quests in the Black Shores and rewards you 240 Asterite. This event has a Scale of Past section that shows an event that happened in a previous patch involving Mount Firmament. Don't quote me on this, but I think if you miss that event, you have the option to do it now and still claim its rewards. There's also a fun door event running for 14 more days. It is now fully available. It's similar to a past event where you get special echoes to use when fighting some rather hard bosses. I did this in co-op matchmaking and it was genuinely fun. The main stages that reward you with 600 Asterite were a little easy, but there is a harder section that is very minimal rewards, but offers a tougher challenge. Unfortunately, it is timed and has mostly fallen into just another DPS check rather than being a co-op survival challenge, but still not bad. I somehow never get tired of watching my teammates get absolutely obliterated in one shot from a random laser beam from the boss. Next is the Parade of Stars event, which simply rewards you for leveling all the different aspects of a character to make them stronger. The rewards you receive are a small refund for the very supplies used to level that particular part of the character. Leveling talents refunds some talent material, leveling resonators refunds some resonator XP, and so on. It has 35 days left, just like the 2 major events. The final Wuwa event is a 7-day check-in for 10 total pulls, 5 being limited banners and 5 for standards. It will be running for 35 more days. The Wuthering Waves Battle Pass still has 39 days remaining on it. The Tower of Adversity, which is just the Spiral Abyss, only has 4 days left before its reset. Even if you can't make it that far, you might want to stop by and get a free pull or 2 from the easier stages before its reset. The point shop that uses its currency has 22 days left before its next reset. The item exchange tab of the cash shop refreshed recently and shares the 35-day timer with the bigger events. Be sure to stop by and spin your osculated coral to receive 7 of each kind of banner pull. That's all 3 different kinds of banners. And that is all of the deadlines. All that's left is to be sure to do your weeklies for each game. All 3 of the games that I've mentioned so far have their weeklies reset every Monday morning, most likely before you wake up on Monday. These weeklies include the Battle Pass, if you care, the weekly bosses, stuff like the Narwhal from Genshin, Giant Turtle from Wuthering Waves, and the Dead End Butcher from Zenless. Your Wuthering Waves databank so that your first several boss kills of each week have a higher chance or even a guaranteed chance of dropping their echoes depending on your databank level. Walk around in Zenless and take some pictures of cats for some small rewards, and then head over to the Hollow Zero, which is a permanent gameplay feature, but there is a weekly bounty commission that gives you polychrome per week. And then finally on Genshin, run around and do your bounties and requests for reputation rewards. Thanks for listening this long. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed and want more, or yell at me in the comments if you didn't like or if I forgot something, and I'll try to do better the next time. Have a good one.